Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Girls Run These World for session 3 of Numenera Aerowen. We are in the 30% point of our series. We are almost going to be a third of the way through after this, and I'm so excited. But first, we have to get through this, what I promise is going to be in a very emotionally grueling session after being a very potentially for our players physically taxing session. So we'll see how that goes. But for those of you who do not know me, my name is Angela Lemos Morevejo. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the world crafter / GM for Numenera here, which is a system of basically when you get to a point where science just becomes indistinguishable from straight up magic. That's the rough vibes here, and the world that we have going on is a lot of a love letter to old school JRPGs and also a fair bit of Wind Waker and Skyward Sword influences. So if you are here for the first time, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. And as part of welcoming you back, let's let our lovely players introduce themselves. I'm gonna go around and call on people one at a time to say who you are, your pronouns, your character, their pronouns, and your character's sentence, if you would, please. So we're going to start with one of my favorite Chaos Beings. Noelle, you're up first.
Well, hello, everybody. I am really excited to die today. My name's Noelle. My pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Aerowen Nottikau, whose pronouns are also she, her. And she is a cheerful glaive who rides the lightning. Pew, pew.
That was possibly the most bisexual ending you've had to an opening bit yet. Continuing on bisexual mess, Torin, you're up.
Hello, I'm Torin. My pronouns are she, they. I am playing Catix, pronouns she, her, and she is a curious plug-and-play nano who talks with machines. And I'm very excited and scared.
It's the ideal position to leave my players in every time we have a session. It's my favorite way to start it. This says nothing about me, I promise. Carrying on with fantastic people, just being an absolute delight and a newcomer to our space, though with a few sessions in, not as much. Alex, why don't you take it away?
I was muted like hell, girl. Okay. Hi, I am Alex. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Enoch. His pronouns are he, him. And he is a mystical nano who possesses a shard of the sun. And I ain't scared of no clicker. I'm ready to take him down. Let's go. Let's do this.
Good. Fantastic. Hubris. I like hubris. The Greeks had many views on hubris.
Oh,
Anyways,
yes.
carrying on from that not ominous statement at all to our last, but certainly not least member of our group, Vivi, why don't you take us through who you are?
Hi, I'm Vivi, and I'm playing Jinx. We both use she, her pronouns, and she is an intelligent Delph who explored yesterday, and she thinks Enoch is just confident. That's not, hubris. That's just confidence.
That is the correct response. That is the actual correct response to me sassing you. Be like, I'm not afraid of you. And then I try and prove you wrong and fail.
Right.
I'm a little afraid of you. Like, just a little bit. I think that's appropriate.
Good.
Anyway. I think it's appropriate to be a little bit afraid of most DMs, but Angela's really nice.
I generally try and work in your favor. I don't ever actually seek murder of anybody. Murder just happens around me, and I have
That's
to
exactly what a murderer says. That's
I
wasn't trying to murder anyone.
No, I didn't murder anyone. Murder just happens nebulously around me.
It's happening around me.
See, lies and murder, hey, sometimes, right?
Oh, God.
So folks, bringing us back into the story that we've been building up. Last time we left off our group, which had delved into... I am not Stitch, chat. Whoever put that in chat, I will remember this. Listen. Fire happens around me. Just because I have just a bunch of matches in my hand and all of them are lit means nothing. But picking up where we left off, our group, which has been essentially hired, though mostly out of personal interest, heading down to what's referred to as the land below, the region literally below the floating islands of the world of Aerowen, each region typically aspected to a particular element, whether it be fire, water, lightning, or earth. And having gone down to a place that is essentially only opened up very recently because of the ominous sort of fog clouds that have typically obscured any vision of the land below. Now, in investigating this, the group has found an ancient, essentially, structure that has a central set of cubes, really cubed rooms, really designed for giants that have rotated and slotted themselves around one another. Think very much like a Rubik's Cube, navigated some various puzzles with some, I must say, exquisite use of their abilities and insightful thoughts, and pretty much a lot of good teamwork on everyone's part, and found their way into a light puzzle room, which had a maybe inclined to fib talking wall and a very disgruntled, though always truthful, secondary talking wall, who provided a essentially projector of moments that happened in the past, to which the group discovered the solution to the room's puzzle and also the source of why previous expeditions that had been sent to investigate this area may not have come back. Where last we left off, Errol had attempted to succeed in doing a very, very delicate task requiring quite a lot of nimbleness, speed, and dexterity, and despite a reroll, seemed to have acquired Torin's rolling luck for that moment. And while the group has successfully managed to open up the exit to the room, they have also attracted the attention of a creature that I will fully disclose goes by the name of a clicker, a being that is just entirely composed of focused sound to the point where it just seems to reverberate at every given moment it moves. And because of the exclamation by Errol of like, yeah, you did it, has attracted the attention of not only this creature, but two living shadows that have split off in sections of the room, who are, in the mechanical phrasing of this system, a short distance away from Errol. And for everybody else, they're a bit farther away. You know, more like long. Whereas they are yeah, I'm not taking Arnica's bit, chat. Calm down. This is no Four Nations lived in harmony stuff. Go to the other channel for that. Union rules state it's my time. It's my time right now. Anyways, that is where we left off with the group, most of the group except for Errol, in a long distance away from these three creatures, and Errol a short distance away from these creatures, as we jump into episode 3, Revelations in Twilight. So, group, how's it going?
Good. I got a question.
We're great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, actually. I'm really happy.
I'm so happy you're happy.
I have a question about the setup.
Uh-huh.
So we've seen the shadows come in,
You
or
have
come up, I guess, at this point. Clicker's not here, but we hear it. And then is the door open?
the door, meaning the door to what you assume is the Nexus core.
Yes, the puzzle.
Yes,
door.
it is. It is technically
It is
open.
actually
So,
open. Okay.
so it would be the equivalent of you could take your entire action to just leave. 3 of you. The 4th person would unfortunately require 2 turns of doing this in order to get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
The shadows, did they both pop up behind Errol?
It's more like Errol's shadow was casting long out, a short distance away, which short distance roughly in the system is 50 feet.
Okay.
but it is. Wait, how would that be in meters? That'd be like 15 meters, somewhere around there. Probably a bit less than that, somewhere around there. It's like 3.3 feet, folks. I don't remember the exact conversion. This is why we deserve the metric system. Metric system is superior in all means. Anyways, but it is. All three creatures are long from the main part of the group, but short distance away from Errol right now. So that is kind of the situation you all find yourselves in.
I think we've already been seen or heard, right? So I think Caddick's gonna look at the rest and just, okay, I have an idea. If we all want to go through that door, how big is the door, by the way? What's
It can fit all of you.
No, I mean, what's the door frame, if you will, size?
Oh God, this is where exact dimensions fail me as a not math gay. Uh, I would put it at probably the side, like a wall on a school building, kind of somewhere around there. It's pretty substantial. Like, wait,
So
are you
bigger-
talking? Are you referring to the wall that
The-
was
the-
there leading into the Nexus Core?
Yes, the smile or the sun that went from frown to smile.
Yeah, that wall is gone entirely now.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I asked for mechanical reasons.
I still
Something I can use.
Numenera.
Maybe. So if it was like, let's stay 30 feet by 30 feet, that'd be cool.
I will what exactly are you trying to do so that I understand what shenanigans you're doing? What are
So
you
I
trying
think it's
to
just
do?
be 30 by 30 feet. I think that's
that
very
sounds good to me.
reasonable. Can we
So
roll
I
to make it 30
may
by 30 feet?
be able to make a giant wall of fire for 10 minutes of that dimension.
I mean,
As I
you
happily
could.
state everybody.
Ooh.
You could do this. I will state that's pretty big.
It's huge.
Yes, so I don't know whether that would avoid hitting all of you is the problem.
No.
We'll have to
See,
run
here's
first.
the idea. Here's the idea, y'all. Everyone, get through the damn door, and then I will put up a giant wall of fire.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now it's only for 10 minutes, so we'll have to figure something out after that. But
I have a
It hurts.
question. Is the clicker a living being or is it
Yes.
just like sound?
The answer is yes to both. You have
Oh.
to understand something being alive in this world and this system. Living is a very nebulous term.
I mean, technically,
Right,
I'm
that's
living.
I had to ask, for my reasons.
So
For your dark purposes.
Yes.
So Cadix definitely says that to everybody, just like, so we can get out if we want time.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to do
I-
that.
Love it.
She's starting to walk over.
So here's the thing, folks. Combat is not really done necessarily by rounds, but I am gonna make this is like you can talk, but it's short bits at this point. Because this is like very much the creatures, the more you spend just kind of gabbing, the creatures, I'm just gonna give them a free movement if you
Yeah.
Okay.
Cadix
Errol-
figure out what you're gonna do.
Yep.
Errol grins from ear to ear, says, finally. And I'm going to activate aggression, which is 2 might points spent. That is going to give me an asset on all of my melee attacks.
Ooh.
And I am going to, I think. So there are 2 shadows behind me, and there's the clicker in front of me, right?
Yes, mechanically, again, short distance away, so your abilities will often tell you whether or not they can be used short or not. So short is a bit of distance away from you. So moving a full
Great.
category of space, if I'm remembering this correctly, it should take up your turn if you're moving like a full size category. If it's immediate, which is basically melee range, then you don't need to worry about that.
Then I would love to spend an XP for an intrusion,
Ooh.
which
What-
is perfect setup.
Oh, I'm intrigued by this. Let us peer within the ancient texts. This is going to
So
be
perfect setup. You're fighting at least 3 foes, and each one is standing in exactly the right spot for you to use a move you trained in, Launch Your Go, allowing you to attack all 3 as a single action.
That's that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the
Thanks,
first
bro.
thought that came to mind. That's very attractive. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
That's very attractive.
So I would love to do that. And then yeah, can I go ahead and roll to see how I do against these little guys?
So remember, you have to be an immediate if you're doing melee, unless your attacks let you attack from short. As a reminder.
I have the like lightning-y stuff, so I can.
Oh, is that when you? Jesus, your lightning thing has so much fucking absurd shit to it. I also realize this is the wrong book because you chose a destiny. You chose a destiny folk. No, that's fine. I must resort to the ancient texts. I just want an excuse to keep saying that because it makes me smile. So you're good. So let's see. Emerge from the obelisk. No. Imparts wisdom. No. Moves like a cat. In this world, you could just be a cat, so that doesn't seem that interesting to me. Then again, I don't know how many of you want to be cat girls.
Wait, is Bolt Rider an action? Bolt Rider might be an action. Let me double check.
That's. Let me double check, folks. I need to know. Wait, you touch the sky. Yours is rides the lightning. So you are in the original book. This is why. We're attacking a clickers and shadows. You're not attacking a Prius, Arnica. That's not what's happening here.
I am attacking a Prius. I would look
might
to
find
attack
one.
a Prius.
Yeah, it just silently rolls in. Beep beep.
I think I have an idea. While this is
Yes.
while this is being looked up, I have an idea for how we can stop the clicker after. Like, you put up the wall of fire, I might be able to deafen it.
Nice.
Slight thing, Errol. So we're not going to retcon anything that happens before this point. Bolt Rider is a tier 2 ability. You are tier 1. So
that's bad for us.
Yes. So, because you have access to shock and I assume charge. Yeah, you have access to shock and charge, dear. Those are two very different abilities from your Bolt Rider. Your Bolt Rider you would get access to next tier. I am not going to fault you for that because this is a new system and there are a lot of moving pieces. But going forward, you do not have Bolt Rider until you get to the next tier.
Oh no! I had so many plans. I had so many plans, and they all hinged on that one little fun ability of mine,
which you don't have.
Which I don't.
So
this is a hell of a time to find that out.
Why don't we let you rethink?
Okay, I'm not gonna spend the Ep3 intrusion. I'm just going to run up to the clicker, and I'm going to grab its face with my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to discharge everything I have in my shocked gauntlet into it.
Yep.
So will that be a roll?
Are you using your ability shock, just to be clear?
I'm using shock. Last session I pre-charged shock.
Correct. Next time you touch a creature, yep, so you inflict 3 points of damage.
So I am digging.
Yeah, it says alternatively, if you wield a weapon for 10 minutes, it crackles. So that's what you're doing. So it's an action for touch. Yeah.
So
are you going for a weapon attack or just touching it?
I'm going for like an unarmed. All my attacks are like unarmed. Like.
Got it. Okay, so in that case, are you going for a clicker or are you going for one of the shadows?
I'm going for the clicker.
You're going for the clicker. Bold strategy there, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. This is going to be a difficulty 3.
Okay, so that's going to get bumped down by
2
1
because of your GM intrusion that you chose to use. Okay, we're getting somewhere, folks.
And it's also going to be bumped down another because this is an unarmed attack. So that means I have a special ability that makes my small attacks into medium attacks, which means I'm using a light weapon, which means it's dropped down a
Got it. So it's only a
difficulty
difficulty 1. So that
So
means
it's only
you roll a
difficulty
3 or
1.
higher.
I'm going to spend. I'm going to put in a level of effort to bump this up +3.
Good God. It's very rare I get to say this. Good God, woman.
So altogether, it's +3, +3, +3 for the Numenera I have, +1,
10.
+4 for the actual attack, and then we'll
14.
see. I just need to roll above a 3 for
You
this
may
to
nuke
do.
this thing in one go, depending on how this goes.
So let's see how this goes. Please roll above a 3. Please roll above a 3. I am begging you to roll above a 3. That's a 5. That is
It is technically above a 3.
technically,
I want you to know,
technically above a 3.
if you had not dropped everything and spent the level of effort, oh my God. Okay, so it is a total of 14 points of damage, correct?
3, 9 +4. Is there anything else that I would only add to that if I got above a certain? Yeah, 14 points of damage.
That's Jesus Christ, Harold. So you
I
click her in one hit.
Oh,
That's
it's dead.
even through its armor. Yes.
I literally.
Listen, you need to
My-
understand most player characters do 2 to 4 points of damage a round. You have so much setup going into this one fucking attack.
My hand. I don't bolt rider, but I do like it. Looks like I am streaking with lightning across, and my hand turns into a shard of lightning that I stick straight through this thing's head, electrocuting and frying it from the inside. More.
Oh my.
And that's my turn.
Okay, so that's one problem gone. So both of the shadow creatures will use their turn to get into range of Errol.
We didn't get a turn?
I'm going back and forth, people. It's back and forth. Calm down. You're gonna get. Don't give me the fuss. Don't give me the fuss face. I know that face. That's a fuss face.
Errol gets to like kill everything, and then we're like,
I mean, you chose to
Be
work with the
squishy.
chaos demon.
I know, I chose to be squishy.
That was intentional. Oh, hello there, Quest Junkies UK. Rated with a party of 21. Hello there.
Whoa!
Oh,
You caught us in the middle
welcome,
of our group of
welcome.
adventurers fighting literal sound and shadows, with one of them just having punched one into oblivion with lightning.
Yes.
You came at the perfect moment.
You killed it in one hit.
Welcome, folks.
There's
It's a
so
So
many
much
more.
pluses. So much pluses.
so many.
So many.
So that's all they can do for their turn, though. Both of the shadow creatures have moved up. Would someone else on this in the group would like to take a turn?
I have a question.
Yes, I love questions. Go.
Is there a way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna just tell you what I'm thinking, and you tell me if this makes sense.
I love
So,
it.
I have this ability Onslaught, which can like release a force, like a push thing, but I also have a thing called Radiant Ability, which means anytime that I use force damage, I end up using light or heat instead, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, esoterics that use force use light and heat instead for Radiant Ability.
Okay.
So my question is, if I attack these things, will it hit them with light?
Yes. I would say
would
that
like to do
interaction
that.
makes sense. Okay, then. Here's it. Yeah, and your onslaught can hit a short distance, correct?
I don't know.
Onslaught should here. I'll pull it up just to be safe. But as a note for future, make sure you check your ability descriptions, folks, because I'm pretty certain onslaught can.
I
hit.
have it up.
I'm right now
You emit
double checking
a
all my
short
tier
range-
stuff.
It says you
don't
emit a
think-
short range ray of force.
Short range. Yeah, then that's short.
Short
Yeah, they are
range.
short. Both of the shadows are now a short range away from you. So
Okay, bet.
because they moved up to gang up on Errol, they had to use their turn to do that. But yeah,
I'm sorry, where did you see that?
It's in the nano section on page 23, my dear.
No, that's what the page of. Hold on.
Yeah,
am I
yeah.
missing
It's in the middle. It's weird. It's like the second sentence. In either case, you must be able to see
Oh,
your target. If
yeah,
they attack
okay.
physical, you must admit short range.
Okay, I get it. I see it now. Sorry, y'all.
It's okay. My nerdness printed this out. You're fine.
Thank you. You're saving me moving through this book. I love this book. But, it's got a lot. It's got a lot to work with here. Yeah. Short range ray of force. Yep. So it's a ray of force. So
Let
it will
me
be
make
light.
that bold on my character sheet because I'm not going to be able to see that.
Well, I will say my plan to bolt Rider to safety is
Nixed.
looking a little bit. So I think I might have to fight my way out of this one.
Decisions are made. Not all of them were good.
Well, Jinx, if she would have seen the shadows pop up behind her friend, she would have, pulled out her buzzer and tried to shoot one of those shadows. Just
Okay. Short range. Let me highlight this one too.
not that she can do much damage, but he's like, oh!
So, carrying. Yes. So, Enoch, you would be able to do that. So, if you want to spend for onslaught, well, it's an intellect point, which you have an edge.
I have edge in.
You get to use that for free. So you can choose one of the creatures to attack. Here's the thing: it uses light. We've decided, yes.
Yes.
So, with that being the case, because I have already stated narratively that they have a reaction to light, I'm going to automatically give you an asset towards this task for that.
I was hoping it would do something like that. Okay, cool.
So it is now only a difficulty 1 task.
Okay.
So it
You
is.
just gotta get a 5. Just get a 5.
I don't get a 5, damn it.
I'm hoping
double digits, damn it.
Right, I'm begging.
I don't think we've hit double digits in this entire campaign.
It was once. And
God
it was
damn it.
2 ones in a row. What did you roll?
What did you get?
I rolled a 6.
Okay, that's above a 3.
Don't say
I was
damn
asking
it.
for double digits.
And hey, a 6 is above a 3, and that's what's important right
You're
now.
correct, and that's the important part. So yeah, everything's kosher, but come on, Dice. I'm gonna swap you out.
Everything's fine. We're all doing great. We're not gonna die.
As people have told me before, you're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great. But so Enoch, here's what happens. As you let out the onslaught force, which becomes like a literal, almost like a little solar flare being shot out.
Mm-hmm.
So the onslaught, one foe, so one of them gets hit with this. The other one starts reacting like very badly. It does not seem to like the light. Like, it's somewhere between if you had a viscous liquid starting to shoot out in various directions and solidify almost like long shapes and then refocusing itself back into a humanoid shape.
Oh.
That's its reaction to the light. The one being hit has that even more intensely. And
good.
It does appear as though, given its natural body, it is absorbing some of the damage. But some of it does seem to get through.
Good.
So that is that.
Save us, Jinx and Cadix.
Save us from ourselves is essentially the takeaway right now.
I'm saving nobody. I'll be poking.
Is Jinx just hightailing it out of there?
It's like for first reaction is the shoot one of them, and then the next one will probably be getting out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, those things came out of
Are you
nowhere.
doing a ranged attack?
It's a short. The buzzer is
Short,
a
yeah.
short
Short
You
range.
can do.
It's
So
range, but it's a short range.
Shoot 'em.
So
what are you doing, Jinx?
shooting the buzzer at one of them, and because I am saying she's just shooting at one of the shadows,
Okay.
I'm just gonna say label them 1 and 2 in your head, and I'm gonna roll for it because she's just shooting at something. She's not playing in.
All right. So they are a difficulty 2 creature, so you need a 6 or higher on this.
All right, but it's a light weapon, so
It
that
lowers the
means it's a
difficulty.
task 1, right?
Yes.
And it goes towards shadow 1.
Yes.
So,
Got it. Shadow 2 is the one that's already been hurt by the light. Shadow 1 is the one that
because
needs...
she's using a buzzer, which is a light weapon, which only does 2 damage. So
Oh, do you think you can go for Shadow 2 just because I might be able to get Shadow 1 in one hit?
well, that was random because she
Oh,
did not.
She's
okay.
She just
scared.
reacted.
She's just doing a thing.
It's like she
Shoots
came out of
shoots
nowhere.
Errol.
That would be terrible.
I don't think she's that bad. I don't think she's that freaked out.
Panic attack PvP.
Yes, because I looked at, the page 95, and it says
Yeah. I was double checking. You were correct. So you need to do 3 or higher. For the love of God, people, roll higher than 6, please.
you will go in the trash because this is the way. Do not.
Okay.
I gotta burn some sage.
18. That worked.
Yes.
Oh, 18's a +2, right?
Yes, 18 is a +2. If the roll was an attack, it deals 2 additional points of damage. So by sheer reflex and panic, so that is 4 points of damage to this to Shadow 1. The same kind of thing happens, though it's not as frequent. I'll put it this way: it's more like as humanoid as it looks. The shadowy aspects have an almost kind of gelatinous physicality to them, where when something hits it, it almost goes.
It's a slime monster.
In my most professional of terms, it is wump.
And
So
you see that it's going to be like,
so that one has also been hurt, but
I don't like it.
So, if they're fighting, and I'm kind of quick question: when we did the projection thing, the light at the top, was it really bright?
yes, like literally, one of the things that you saw is a reminder from last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know if it was like a movie screen where everything went dark and there's just like one little bright light, or
Yeah, actually,
Let's all go to the lobby.
Clicker's like, I'm gonna eat tonight.
Hole in its head, just like
My favorite movie. Alright, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. So I was just getting my captions back up, folks, because it was down for a moment. Okay.
So anyway, so Cadix, if she's gonna stand at the back at the door just as a failsafe as she watches everybody, and then she's gonna reach out her mechanical hand and do an advantageous malfunction. So one of my intrusions, I have 1 XP that I can spend,
Okay.
and I am going to turn on the lights. So turn on that bright ass projector on these shadows.
Yeah, because one of the things you saw in the flashback, or rather the projection of the past, is that part of why Hiram had to be so daintily moving across is when the light hits an aspect of the floor, it causes a deep burn.
Yeah. And if possible, I'd like to get both, but anyway, just give them some rays of light.
Here's what I so I will give you this. I will put it down to a roll against their difficulty, because otherwise you would need to do a roll to even.
No, I get it. Yep.
I'm gonna here. No, the roll is not to have this work at all. The roll is to see if you can hit both.
Gotcha. Okay.
So because one of them will automatically hit because you're spending an XP. I think the use of a resource is enough to count in place of a roll. But if you want to get the benefit of hitting both of them, I'm going to make this. It is against their difficulty, which is only 2. So you need a 6 or higher. Which for Torin
They also
is...
say,
Everyone's just
Here we
scared
go.
for Torin.
This is the way.
You got this. You got this. It's gonna be
12.
20. 12
It's
is higher
12.
than a 3.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna get bright in here.
Yeah, right. And I'll just
It's
be like,
bright.
my hand goes up. Clap on. Turn on. She didn't clap. She said it. Yep. All right.
So, with that being the case, this is why this was so dangerous earlier. Cadix, the creatures are hit for 4 points of damage from the light.
Mhm.
That would have been every time you failed had you not done the puzzle correctly.
Oof.
Mm.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
because you have succeeded, you hit both of them for 4. Both of them begin to spasm out a bit and melt into the floor. Both of them are gone.
And that's all of the bad guys.
That's permanent. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, let's not wait for them to come back, shall we?
Now that a new light source has appeared in the room,
Oh no.
3 new shadows have appeared,
Great.
pulling off from Errol. Not from Errol, from Cadix, Enoch, and Jinx.
Through the door.
We're leaving.
Now.
Yeah, she's been standing by the
Today.
door for the record.
And also, I will say, you hear now entering into the room. It has to use its turn to be a long distance away from you. I didn't mean to do that sound, but Vivi's reaction always makes me want to do that noise. Because Vivi's like, nope, fuck no, I'm out of here. Not Jinx. Vivi is out of here.
Come join your brother in hell.
Oh, we can go. Let's go.
Let's go.
As a matter of fact, I think I should like very much to teleport my ass to the door.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Enoch, you're choosing to leave. I'm asking you right now.
Are we leaving? Are we
You need to
leaving?
make.
Are we trying to leave?
You get like.
I'm putting up this firewall in like 2 seconds.
She doesn't care. She leaving. She shot something. She leaving.
She go.
Bye.
She go.
Yeah, Tori.
And like you can
Okay.
hear
Tori will
Cadix
give each
taking
of us
out the
10 seconds
Numenera,
before we
like,
all just get murdered.
like the Numenera's
All
coming
right,
out.
Arrow, let's go. We're going. I know I
What if
can't
she
bring
got in my
anybody
face,
with
like-
us, but yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm leaving.
Enoch's gone.
Jinx, get over here now.
Errol, what are you doing? Because you're. I'll make it even sweeter for you as the player to decide. You are hearing a voice in your head, much louder than usual, because you have destroyed something. Come on, they didn't last very long before. Why don't you stick around? You could definitely deal with a few more of them. Let them be afraid. They deserve it. All of them deserve it.
They've done nothing. They've done nothing but have me be to the side. I'll show them. I'll show them how strong I can be.
I don't know if you can hear Cadix through this, but she'd be like, fire hurts you too. Just letting you know. It burns a lot. She's getting the Numenera out.
Yeah.
Would I have enough time to charge up another blast of my shock in the gauntlet?
I would say so.
Cool.
All three shadows move into the space with you, as does the clicker. You have 4 creatures on you. They all have to use their turn to move into the space with you because they were
Cool.
in immediate range of the other 3. But since they've all left, which, by the way, the moment the 3 of you walk through into the core, Errol's gone.
I haven't walked through the core yet. I was trying to wait for them to
Okay.
Errol to get
But
there.
just so you know, the moment
Yeah.
do, Errol will be gone.
Hurry!
I have a question. Should I
Yes.
charge up another use of my shock?
Yes, I Well, no, I'd say you get if you do that. That's taking your action. So if you had two, you
Oh, I want them to get closer.
I think you see Cadix's hand twitching.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I do that and let them get on me?
Yeah.
I Benny Hilled it out of here.
Cool.
So
Now that they're
Not
on
Benny
me,
Hill.
Mhm.
you know that intrusion I was talking about earlier? Perfect setup.
You do have it. You could hit all of them.
I'm gonna be spending that might again, which puts me down to like I need to look at my might, but I think that
Yeah, I
puts me
was
down
about
to
to
6
say,
might.
hon, you're gonna be pretty low on
Oh
everything.
yeah, I'm not doing great on most of my stuff. I will say my speed is at like full capacity, so that's why.
That's fine. She says that's
Fine. That's good. We're good. So I would love to hit the clicker and then swing its assuming that I like hit it and kill it, swing its body around, electrocuting it along the way, and hit two of the other shadow creatures.
okay.
Is that going to be a roll?
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna put this
Cool.
for all of them at the highest difficulty. So that is a 3 for the clicker. So that is a 9 or higher. But your thing knocks it down to a 2
Knocks it down to
automatically.
a 2, and then
That's
I'm also
6 or
doing
higher.
light-handed, so that knocks it down
No,
to
I'm
a
already
1.
including the light-handed one.
I also have the asset because I'm using aggression.
That's true.
That lasts for this
You are
entire
you are
encounter.
definitely using aggression. That is very
Yeah.
accurate.
Oh yeah. No, I mechanically I was like, I don't think I can leave while aggression is still
You can.
aggression lasts until a combat session is over.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that's gonna be spending an XP, spending that might. So assuming this works, that'll be 14 points of damage on all these guys.
this is the way.
I'm rolling.
This is the way. This is the way.
So I need to get a 3 or above, you said?
You need to get 3 or above, which in this group is.
That's a 19.
This is the way.
Yes.
So here's the thing. 19, you could either get +3 to your damage, or there's a minor effect, which I would say I'd automatically let you move back. So you would be able to, if you sincerely believe that Errol, not the voice, but Errol is like, okay, I've just murdered 4 things. Maybe this is enough destruction for today. I need to get the hell out of here because you do this, like, and here's the thing. You don't notice this, but your companions who have stuck around. So Jinx, I think, doesn't see this. So your other 2 companions do. Well, actually, no. The only one who stuck around is Cadix, technically, because Enoch said he left.
No, I went to the door.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as you do all that, and it rings around them. You see what looks like a node of electrical energy jump also between all 3, and it almost looks like it begins feeding off of their energy and draining them before it goes back to the Fits.
I mean, you gotta pick up the spare.
So they're all gone,
Mm-hmm.
and you are within immediate distance of the exit. As you turn back to look, splitting off from the shadow creatures you just saw, 5 more of them appear.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna do it now.
Uh,
Get through the damn door.
okay, I'm gonna use.
I am doing
Errol is smiling wide. Her hand is coated in the like charred ashes of this clicker, and then that smile falters for a second as she sees these 5 creatures. And she, can I flavor how I use like my thing to get back to the door?
Yes.
So she's still got her hand in this like she's fully like electrocuted through this entire thing. She shoots a blast of energy that propels her backwards across the room into the clicker, exploding its body into like just ashes. And does a literal combat roll, which I will say Errol has never been trained in any of this stuff.
Nope. Not at all.
Errol was a gardener before she was with this group.
You are the definition of someone who became an isekai protagonist by finding a legendary item.
So she is next to Torin, and then that smile comes back.
She's next to
says,
Cadix. If you're next to Torin,
next to Torin, she pops out of the screen. She reverse isekais. Her gauntlet is still sizzling with that electric charge from the shock. That smile comes back, and she goes, "No, I can do it. I can take all of them."
Can I just like kick her through the door?
Yes.
Is that a thing? Yeah, I kick her through the door.
Yes.
The mechanical leg that I have just goes. Just kicks her through.
Go
Get
get
in,
your
Enoch!
leg. Bye.
Yep. And then she's gonna grab
Let me up.
the oh, you're through it. The Inferno wall
Yeah.
projector.
It'd be like,
Grabs it.
nah.
Yep, just grabs it and puts up the wall in front of the sun door.
So
No, you're doing the thing where you hold your hand up. That's something that's gonna happen.
no. That's my pause action. This is my idle fighting character animation. This is the pause movement. Like when you pause the screen when they're stuck mid movement. God damn it. If somebody makes fighting art, fan art of all of us with our idle poses for our characters, I'm gonna love you forever. But so here is the deal. You make it through this, and I'm actually, give me 2 seconds while I pull up a document I have not used in 5 years.
Oh no.
I'm sure it only means good things for us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's the Christian
It's-
Pledge of Allegiance.
What does that even mean?
Do you not know the Christian Pledge of Allegiance?
I don't want to know the Christian Pledge of Allegiance.
Give me a second to Google the
Wait.
Christian Pledge of Allegiance.
What? No.
There's a Christian pledge of
No,
allegiance.
no.
Nobody
I'm
Google this.
So I have kicked Errol through the door. I'm
Errol
assuming
through the
Enoch
door.
went through the door when I was.
Oh
getting
yeah,
the wall of fire up.
Yeah.
Once the
Mhm.
wall of fire is like in place, I'm gonna push back and go through the door.
So here's the thing. As you all go through the door, like you're having that moment of adrenaline of like like calming down from it, especially the Benny Hillying member of your party. As you turn around, it very much looks you see there are various sigils around a central platform that's raising up. Like imagine the shape that like a volcano has for the way that the central platform is shaped. It has a sort of crater in the center of it. There's around one half of it sigils that depict solar sort of iconography. Around the other half of it, there are sigils that indicate lunar iconography or moon based iconography. The entire room, though, along the walls, it's I don't know if anyone's ever been to a place like Griffith Observatory, which has like a light show within it, where it's like the walls are almost kind of domed around you, so that when you look up towards the ceilings, like it feels like everything is being covered in dots of stars. You are seeing multiple just depictions of various things all across these walls. And you see there is someone floating right in the center of the platform, as there is a kind of mirrored aspect to this room design, and that what's on the floor rising up is also doing the same thing from above on the ceiling at one spot in the center. The rest of the walls have that domed celestial star point and twinkling starlight kind of appearance to them, except for the center of it, which is sort of reflecting what the raised platform is. But you see at the center of it, there appears to be somebody floating in the center of it. The individual, the best way I can describe how their body moves and also what their body looks like is if you've ever take the concept of the word after images. So if you're imagining like the movement of a person across a screen, or if you've ever seen the little post-it note art that some folks do where they do one character in this pose, and the next post-it note this pose, and the next one this pose, and this one, and then when you flip through it all at once, there's like that kind of movement. That's what this person is all the time. There are multiple after images of this person, except at different points, it looks like it's multiple different people doing that. But they're all seemingly connected in a thread to one another.
Buzzer
Hey everyone,
away.
what's up?
That was
Oh my goodness.
interesting.
Also,
I had a
that
headache,
wall
something
only lasts
awful.
for 10 minutes, so I don't know if they're going to come after us.
Can we
Just
even
FYI.
see the firewall from where we at?
Probably not.
You'll be fine.
Ah.
You'll be fine. 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 Fine.
Is everyone else getting that right now? Is that just
That's the same voice before, isn't it?
It's the same voice you heard before, Cadix, telling you to find me.
I may recognize that. Well,
oh
that's the wrong
You-
word. I've heard it before. Okay. I think Cadix will try to talk with machines and just confirm. Are we in the Nexus core?
Yes, though you do not need to worry, dear, but either about your safety or about making use of your unique set of abilities to converse with me. Everyone can hear me.
Thank you. Are there traps?
No, this room, is entirely without any sort of protective measures, as all of the other rooms have typically served as a protective measure.
I think Cadix will take out the diary she's been writing in and just copy down the symbols real quick.
what happened?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You kind of went ape shit, homie.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool.
I
It was
didn't
cool,
At
but it was
first-
scary. Hot but scary. Scary.
It got us the hell out of the room, but after a point, you got to know when to tap out.
I could have taken more of them.
Mm-hmm. And they would have taken more of you eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying it's a bad strategy.
I am.
I mean,
Oh.
we can just replace her parts later, right?
Who's this lady or person?
Oh yeah, who is this person?
My apologies for not introducing myself. I am what's referred to as the timekeeper. My name is Sorelia. Although, if you wish to refer to us by any of our other names, and you see various other people in the after images appear and sort of mimic the same kind of like gesture of acknowledgement, we answer to the names Aeon, Horatio, Bashiri, and Sybil as well. Sorelia also works, or Saris, if you would like to be friendly.
Cool.
Do all of you make up the core?
Yes.
What is this place? Why are you here? What's happening? What's this thing on my hand? What's up with all of us? Where can we just get some answers would be great.
Mm,
Mm.
They
well,
were creepy shadow things. You killed them.
Yeah, I remember that.
Pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
I shot one of them. Barely.
I mean, it was impressive. Hats off to you, you know.
Mm.
But you know, we was beating feet, so beat feet, you know.
You're also pulling pretty scary faces. So
if you wish, you may feel free. Traveler, I believe your name is Errol, if I have overheard from your companions and such through their conversations while you have been here.
Oh, are you? Have you heard everything we've said to
Yes.
everything?
Yes.
Do you hear like any sort of like other stuff that might be happening that's not like specifically spoken about? That might be a secret that we want to keep. Not tell anyone
I'm aware
about.
that you are traveling with a secondary consciousness on your person.
That's so
is
funny.
what?
I hold
hand
up.
writes faster.
Explain
Clearly,
now.
clearly, this is a busted old computer. And we should just
No, the
go.
hell
We should
it's
get out of
not.
here.
You watch as she holds up her hand, and you see all across the walls various you see as they're actually one aspect of these walls, they take on essentially almost like a star chart depicting the travels of people across an unknown place. You have no idea what this world that they're depicting is, but you see one section of the wall. It has a bright burst of light. It has a bright node of light, not unlike that of what Errol has shown before. Designation Errol Nautical. You travel with a long lost relic known as the Fist of Destruction, alternatively referred to as the Fist of Arcing Famine.
Don't have to talk about this with anyone.
What?
I've lost enough people because of this stupid myth. We don't need to talk about any more
Since
of
Jinx is
this.
a teacher, would she know anything about that?
This, I'm going to set this down to this is a difficulty 3 intellect task. So this is a matter of like whether or not you've ever heard this. Like, I think it's fair that either you, actually, any of the three of you could try and make a roll around this.
Yeah,
It's
I will.
difficulty 3.
You said
If-
intellect, so
If you have any skills
two.
or training related to history specifically,
Oh,
or understanding Numenera, I would say
I have an
either
inability for understanding Numenera.
exactly. This is why you have no idea what the hell this thing is.
so I have
okay, yeah.
I understand Numenera, and then intellect 1. I believe Enoch is the same. So is
Yeah.
our difficulty 1 now?
You so it's an intellect, so it went from 3. Your understanding knocks it down to 2.
And then
but we
my
have
edge
edge.
is intellect as well.
Yeah, same.
Edge just reduces if you're going to put in effort. Remember, edge doesn't.
Ah,
reduce,
oh,
okay.
right.
Edge is for affecting abilities and costs,
Mhm.
and all including cost to effort, which can be used to then knock down the difficulty of something.
So I will keep mine at
Yeah,
2 then.
I will expend
So it'll
some.
be 3. It'll be 3 points. Spend that, but because you have the edge, it goes down to 2,
2
which will
points.
drop your difficulty to a 1.
Okay,
So
cool.
mine is-
So
So
yours is
intellect,
2.
edge.
But I mean, do we have 3 people rolling for this?
You do.
Yeah.
You do. This is something where if any of you succeed, you're all going to have the same base level of information. It's the specialized detail of information particular to your characters that is going to determine this. I'm playing a little bit loose with this rule because I think it's more interesting than it just being suck or save kind of role, and this one being more particular to your backgrounds.
I rolled a 17 for once.
Yay!
Oh no!
Oh, nice.
Do you
Yay.
think her
Oh no,
her
shit! I rolled a
memorizing
15.
thing?
Let's go.
Wait.
Sorry, Phoebe.
I know you two are excited. Could you say that one more time for me,
Do you
Vivi?
think the memorizing thing will help? No, never mind. It says experience directly.
I
In
wouldn't
all
say
actions
that.
that involve remembering
I
or memorizing, think you experience directly. I did not
Yeah, I don't think this is
experience that
necessary. I think
directly.
this would be more of this would be word of mouth or written records kind of thing.
I think it would be so funny if all of you roll really high. This is like a commonly known legend in like the world, and I'm just like it's like
No.
if someone found the
So,
one ring in our world, and they're like, "Oh, this is a cool little like trinket. Like this is a
Well,
fun
I
little
can even go
ring.
invisible when I wear it. It's
You're
so
invisible. Oh
cool.
my gosh!"
so difficulty of 2 is a 6.
Yes.
All
It's
right, because
always 3 times whatever the difficulty is your target number you need to reach.
this is
So
the
roll
way.
that. So 6 or above.
It's actually exactly a 6.
Yay!
So
We all
here,
do know it.
Nice.
here's the base layer of what you recognize. Now, to be kind to Errol, and I'm not just doing this because I want to be nice, but this is legitimately a thing. This is not a well-known story. This is very much people who have had to look into Numenera specifically have heard about this story. But this is like a Nano and Delve exclusive domain story. And this is the kind of thing that people talk about akin to like a boogeyman within those circles. There is said to be reports of certain artifacts and relics for Numenera that are extremely powerful in terms of what they are able to do to amplify a host's natural proficiencies. And that during an initial bonding with these kinds of items, they are said to simply provide beneficial effects. But the longer that an item like this stays on, the more likely there's been reports and stories of these kinds of artifacts having negative effects on the physical and psychological states of those who hold on to them. That's the general knowledge you would have from the stories about these. Enoch and Cadix, what you would specifically know because of rolling higher would be that there is one particular story, given the nature of what you've seen, of an item referred to as the Fist of Arcing Famine. It is a lightning aspected device that is meant to empower essentially a human being with the power of the elements, because it is said that this fist was not a singular creation. There are multiples of these kinds of items. But specifically, this item was known as the Fist of Arcing Famine because it has essentially a toxic effect on the body of those who host it. That initially, after an initial, it's said to go through bonding stages. The first stage is access. The second stage is synchronization, and the third stage is control.
So is what did you call this? Artifact or a relic? Is that Numenera?
That is a Numenera type. It is why the two of you are more inclined to know about. This is the kind of thing that someone was like, hey, what if we push ourselves beyond the limits of humanity? And then someone else had to be the ethics board at some point later down the line and be like, nah, that's a bad idea.
Oh, sweet. Man-made horrors beyond my comprehension?
But it's not a machine, right?
It is not a machine. It is the kind of thing very similar to the creatures you just fought, where nobody fucking knows where this kind of thing came from, because that was a quirk that was discovered later on. I'd say, and this part is only Cadix knows, because Cadix rolled just a little bit higher than Enoch. This specific part, the confirmed accounts, and this is from people who barely survived wearing it, is that something over time began to be attracted to each of these items. Something that no one really understands, that is akin to where the clickers come from. Like in the book, so above table, in the book, the clickers are described as basically alien, literal, sentient sound and nobody knows where they're from. It's very much a similar case here. Nobody knows what it is that is bonded to these things. All that people know is that it's bad and that it will pretend to the highest and most charismatic degree that it can to speak in the benefit of its host until control state is reached.
Uh, with the stages, do we have any idea of accounts how long those stages
Nope.
typically are? Okay, thought so.
You would need a crit for that.
Yeah.
You
So
have
she
no
walks over
idea
and
what
goes,
stage Errol is even in.
how long have you had this?
How long have you been wearing this?
Gosh, time slips away so fast. I would say 2 months.
Okay.
Is 2 months? Does 2 months sound reasonable?
No. You should.
Oh,
How
I
do
was
you
asking.
feel
I
about
was
Yeah,
asking
keeping it off for a
our
little
esteemed
bit?
GM.
Oh
Oh,
God.
voice of God.
What is the
Right,
question
right.
being asked of God?
How
Or
long have
what
I been wearing this?
I would say no, 2 months I'd say is about fine.
Yeah,
I think
I
that
would say
still works within the timeline.
I've been wearing this for 2 months.
Do
It
you take it
honestly
off when you shower?
the oh no. I don't know if I yeah,
I'm not sure if that is a good
it's
What
pretty
sign.
on
are
there.
you doing?
No, it's fine. It makes me stronger. Like
Hmm. It's fine. It won't
some
come off, but
people
it's fine.
Aren't you
some people don't like
really
it.
certain you want to even think about doing that?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Uh I no, of course. I mean, you make me stronger, and without you, I'd be dead in the dirt. And just because some people don't like you doesn't mean that I can't use you for everything I
Are you
need you
saying
to.
this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Hey, timekeeper. It's really us. Do you know how long the stages are for famine here?
Unfortunately, lead researcher Cadix, I am unaware if those are within the memories or archives that you had set down in this research site.
Don't know what you're talking about. So, what? I'll be right back. She's gonna see if she can find it in the computer.
It-
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Jinx is
Just
gonna get out a snack,
giggling
go over and be like,
frantically.
"Here, have a snack. Take a break. You did good. Sit.
Oh.
Snack.
Yeah. This
Hmm.
is I deserve
Everything's
this.
fine."
No, 2 bagels.
Actually, if you have I
It
would
doesn't say that. I just wanted.
Give me
to.
two.
I think it's very
Jinx
funny if
totally
this thing
would.
is that petty.
Former teacher.
I think
Snacks.
it is. It doesn't say that, but it does say the equivalent of like more.
I don't know if this is gonna be enough after that. Do you have any more?
Yeah, here.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
If you need anything else, let me know. I got juice boxes too.
That's good.
I love Jinx.
Actually, can I have a juice box? That actually sounds really good.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you.
What kind of
Trillion
juice is
pockets,
it?
tissues, food.
Meds.
Yeah, what kind of juice is it?
It's probably grape juice.
I assume
it's-
that you are, if I have a correct designation, Jinx.
That's me.
My recent assistant has spoken highly of you.
Your recent assistant.
Yes. Hiram has spoken quite highly of you.
Why is my Hiram your assistant? And why do you need an assistant?
He volunteered.
He volunteered.
Yes.
Oh, that's a load of
I
crap.
it is I was not designated, nor is it a duty that any of us took up to hold anyone here against their will. Hiram, upon making his way safely into this room, spoke with me in detail. He was furious regarding the nature of the creatures that took his friends. Understandably so. But none of these creatures were something that anyone who had previously worked at this location could have ever foreseen being a threat.
I have perception as a skill. Can I tell if they're lying to us?
They're not lying.
Okay.
And
I'm just curious.
you can. Could you read me the specifics of that ability?
I will try because I don't remember where it's at.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I got you. I'll look at it.
It's curious, correct? That lets you do that?
I think I got to choose one because of it, but let me look.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let us begin.
Has it?
Yeah,
Maybe-
intelligence, let me choose one too. Or, no, actually, explores old places. Let me get perception, so.
It is in the other ancient text.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Looking. Many apologies.
Does
You're fine.
Cadets have the playbooks for Numenera as
Just pops out a little thing in her leg. Here it is.
on?
Right.
I,
'Cause I see that
Uh,
it is a skill, but I can't tell where it is in the book. I think I have it. Perception.
skill. Yeah, I see it. You're always investigating something new and building up your knowledge. As a result, you can always find something interesting or engaging about any situation. You're trained in all tasks related to detecting falsehoods, piercing illusions or disguises, and seeing past facades.
Yes.
Ooh, that's
That's why no
So-
one can lie to me.
So here's the thing, Cadix, and I think it's appropriate that you're the one who's noticing this. The
Okay.
being is holding back a lot of tears. All five of the beings that you see, they're all holding back a lot of tears.
Does one of them look like Hiram?
No,
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering.
none of them are him.
okay.
So if he's your assistant, is he still here? Can we talk to him?
Yes, he is. He is taking time to recover in the other archive room. I am more of a direct means of getting access to information, but he grew a bit tired of conversation and wanted to have something else.
Jinx, how long has he been gone?
How long since they went down?
At least some
In the
months.
sky? Yeah. Well, yeah, it's been a month, a little more, since, he went down.
Cerelia, how long has he been resting?
It has only been a few hours since he decided to go take a rest. He, I think, has. It's easy to lose track of time here.
Right. Was he changed by this place? And I mean, physically changed?
No.
Okay, so
And-
she's still human.
Yeah, and again, there is full disclosure to everyone. For the rest of the conversation, there is no hint of lying, of falsehood, deceit, of anything on the face of these beings, this collective consciousness.
Can Jinx see that door, whatever she's pointing at, or was?
Yes,
Right. Then Jinx would start moving towards it and say, "Well, I better check up on him then, because this is all a little too much." Somebody feed our friend, please. While I do this.
I'm great.
Sugar and carbs.
I feel
Sugar
fine.
and carbs.
I don't
I'm
think I
not-
carry food.
I'm not angry at all that this people over here revealed all my deepest secrets.
I
Yes,
mean,
it
if
Let's
you
is.
ever
not
wanna,
pretend
like,
we didn't
learn-
hear that, okay? We're just
Yeah,
gonna
like, I-
pretend for now.
It's fine. I'll just tell you really cool stories about it.
It's not like I'd take them.
head
My
head
hands.
researcher Cadix is quite the storyteller.
Wait,
Mhm.
head researcher
So
Cadix?
what's up with that? Actually,
Yeah, wait a minute. We gotta.
Let's.
I'm-
You gotta go
I'm
check
past-
on her mentor. Where is he at?
Can I
Open the
grab
door
like
for us?
Cadix's stuff?
I mean, you can.
I have a
Technically, you
minute.
are physically more capable than Cadix, I will say. I think we've established you are a BAMF while Cadix is a
I-
nerd.
However, if
I
you
am
put her
4
hands on
feet
her,
tall.
I
Yeah,
think
that
my
means
hair.
nothing. Have you met most short people? They're
No,
filled
I'm
with
saying like I'm
anger.
4 feet tall and I'm still like.
Yes. I refer back to my previous statement. Shorter you are, the rage is just more concentrated.
Can't
Okay,
confirm. And I think if your hand grabs her metal hair is like wrapping around your hand a little bit.
and it would be the like hand with the glove on it.
Ooh.
Then the hair is definitely wrapping around that. Like, ew, it's
Oh my gosh.
Is there any fun interactions with that?
So what is wrapping around Errol's hand?
Uh,
Attic?
so Cadix has hair, but then part of the Numenera that she's replaced herself with is like metal little tendrils that she can use to connect with machines.
I mean, your hair is on end.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the hand is like
You ever seen
touching it.
a squid stick its tentacles like directly up? That's what Cadix's hair is doing right now.
Yeah. And then like little octopus like suckers like with this.
Like it's basically the squid equivalent of doing the Thriller.
Like it probably hurts a little bit. Like, ow, what's this? Ow, what's this?
To answer your question, traveler Errol, yes, lead researcher Cadix, or high researcher Cadix, whichever term you would prefer.
I mean, Cadix. What this thing was
Look.
like glitching out or something, right?
Yes, remember I said that it was telling lies earlier. It's really
Yeah,
weird.
I mean, like we kind of established it telling lies earlier because like this thing on me right here is just completely fine, and we don't need to do anything else to investigate it. And Cadix over here is completely fine, so we just need to.
Yeah, we just need to go talk to Jinx's mentor, right?
Yeah,
I am in a band of people who live in Cairo.
Yep, right by there.
The
River Denial, yeah.
activating recording from Living Anamnesis Memoria Project.
Is there any
Designation
way that I can break that?
Designation Lead Researcher Katerina Kubota.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Katarina.
No. And I think she will talk with machines. End protocol now.
Protocol was given with research authority and designation by High Researcher Katerina Kubota. Protocol cannot be interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a very similar to what you saw before with the projector, a style, except this one is displayed all across the wall, and it's very much done in that style of like, have you ever seen in films where like a scientist is like sitting down, they're like, okay, let me see if I can fix this. And you watch as she's you see a version of Cadix there, except far less mechanical. And you see very worn out, very tired, and you see very consistently doing a little finger tapping action and sort of like physical stims and ticks all across her hand as she's attempting to speak into what you presume is some sort of camera. Research log 4,325, beginning. It has been approximately 195 days since Day of Black Sun, here forward referred to as DBS. Upon the first day the DBS occurred, substantial dangers emerged all across much of Aerowen. The land became blanketed in a cloud of fog that, while initially frightening for what it obscured, in reality, what it created was even worse. Several of our researchers and denizens of Aerowen were consumed whole.
Jeez.
And many of the smaller research enclaves were lost in the process. henceforth, I took it upon myself as then initial assistant head researcher to suggest a safety protocol be put into place. Um, I'll be there in a minute. And she just calls out to somebody. I will put more of the details on this later in a future research log, but initial steps of the protocol were as follows. Research sites 1 through 3 were designated as fallout shelters, and efforts were made known as the Venture to the Heavens initiative, which was to move all parties, whenever possible, to mountaintop regions, and if possible, enact any sort of technological and engineering efforts to levitate said regions away from the more affected regions. On the other hand, Research Site 4, hereafter referred to under the Anamnesis and Memoria Project, is designated as a site of collection, a reservoir of memories and historical accounts of all individuals and notable phenomena that existed in the previous era, in the era designated as pre-DBS. I will get into details about the specifics of the Anamnesis project in a future research log, but as of now, I need to go speak with Makoto and see if she and the others are willing. She and Sorelia are willing to entertain going forward with this project. I can't do this. I can't. There's too much happening. I don't want to lose. Research log. End.
Got it.
You lied to me.
What did
You're
I lie
my
about?
friend and you lied to me.
I have literally no memories of that.
Can I see if she's lying?
I'm gonna ask a question to Torin, the player.
Yeah.
Is Cadix lying? And is she being transparent about it?
She is being transparent. She has no memories of that.
Okay.
She quite literally cannot remember that. So,
But like, why though?
why what?
Why can't you remember it? Like, did you
So,
have them erased?
Here's the thing. And you see her reach down to her middle leg, the left leg, and there's these little notches that she pushes one in, and a tray ejects out. And in the tray, there's just so many discs, the thinnest little discs that you see on there. So here's the thing. I live by 2 protocols. Protocol 1. All knowledge is worth having. Protocol 2. Happiness can only be achieved if you let go. So here's the thing. These are all memories. They're all like memories and logs and everything that I collect, but I can't access them. And she slams it back in her leg.
Why, baby?
My only directive is to learn. So
Mm.
I just travel around and, I get to enjoy it. It's fun. I get to learn new things all the time.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
But who benefits from your learning if you don't share it? But
Well,
just
no, I
put
do
it
share
away.
Well, I carry it, but so you see these, and she pulls out. She has 3 books on her. One is really old, it's red. The other one is green. The other one's blue. And so that's what I do. So this one is the most recent one, and it's the one she's been writing in. So this belonged to one of the monks that I lived with right before I met you, Jinx, and he always he loves to cook. So he never gets to leave though, because he's a monk, right? Like that's his job. Um, so I took it, and I get to get all his memories and make new ones, and then give it back.
Did you know about all of this
What?
before we just saw that video?
Katarina, and she like twitches a little bit, like no. I'm aware of the name, but I don't know who she is.
And why were you trying to hide it?
Right.
Hide what? I literally don't know. And she like twitches a little harder.
I trusted you.
This guy look at
I
the
am
timekeeper like, so, do you know what she did to herself?
Katarina?
Yeah, I'm looking at the timekeeper, see if she knows what you did.
I can hazard a guess what my partner did at one point.
Please share.
We're
Please
just
share.
guessing now? Because
No.
it seems like everyone here's got some pretty good stuff just hidden away.
Hi, Pot. My name is Kettle. Please
Oh,
share.
very.
If you would like, I'm sensing that there is something that is inhibiting the memory recollection protocols that normally would be activated for certain memories for Cadix. If you would like
About
me to
your
remove
own
those.
memories. That's sad.
I mean, I have them.
It
You
means
can't access them.
what
It
is the
doesn't
purpose
matter.
in having them if you can't access them?
From what the very little I understand, because like I said, I don't remember. Well, I don't know if I ever had it, so I don't know if you can remember something you never had. But it takes two people. I don't know who they are though. I think is there like a console around here?
There's a console right in front of where Sorelia is floating.
I'm gonna open one of the slots in my leg and just pull out like a botany one that's tagged botany. Is there a way for me to put this into the machine?
You
See?
slot directly into the machine.
I don't think this is going to work, but sure.
Recovery protocols in effect. Deleted memories being recovered. Artificial destruction of taxing events being removed. And Cadix, as we are
Okay.
about to go on to break,
I don't like it. She's switching real hard.
as we are about to go on to break, you realize that remember earlier, a session or two back, when I mentioned that there were some memories that you have tags for, but nothing is coming up. Like you were getting effectively like a .exe error for
Yeah,
them.
like return 0 or return null. Yep.
They all kick back in. And you see a projection on the wall. There it is. I think I know the right way to do this. The last image I'll say that you see is a group of about, let's say, 30, 40 different people, various heights, various skin tones, various physiques, backgrounds, all these different things. Some folks look like they're basically a mercenary in a researcher coat. Some other folks look like they're just a fucking nerd.
Just lab coat with a hook.
It's more like you see some of them have like a long ass glaive on their back, and you see some of them, but there is a motif that occurs. There's two motifs that are consistent between them. Some of them have a more lunar aspect to their coats. Some of them have a solar, but right in the dead center of them is a less mechanical, smiling picture, smiling Cadix, who seemingly has 5 other people who are like piling on to her back and just like have the biggest smiles, like they just got asked to prom and the person said yes. And you see 2 of them specifically are holding onto Cadix's hands.
Mm.
Memory protocol installation of botanical preservation subdivision in research site 4 now recovered. And that is where we're going to go on to break.
No.
We have to. We gotta take 10-minute break. I told you this was going to be a taxing episode. We're not done yet. There's still more, everybody. And I want all of our viewers to know Torin did this to themselves.
I did it. Yep, I gave a present to the DM, and it's fine.
Here's a box of daggers. Please put them in my bag.
In fact, even my face. Just go for it.
No, it's not bad.
Errol
That's
did nothing wrong. Errol did nothing wrong. That's
Errol
everyone.
technically did
I want to
nothing wrong.
see. I want to see hashtag Errol did nothing wrong trending on Twitter.
On
I
that
mean,
note,
fair.
we're going to be back in about 10 minutes. If you haven't already, please feel free to take your meds, get up, walk around. We'll be back in 10. Get some water. If you have a second, feel free, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our Twitch channel and also our YouTube channel, because these are going to go up relatively soon. So you get to relive Torin's facial journey as I'm just slowly being like, hey, Cadix, you know those emotional walls you've intentionally put up with technology? Just slowly, starting with a small little like dainty hammer, and then just getting a sledgehammer and going like this.
My goodness.
But on that note, Errol did nothing wrong is in the chat. We have one, but it's a question mark. Keep the question mark one trending, folks. Not without the question mark. Keep it trending. But on that note, folks, we'll see you in about 10 minutes. Take care. everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is an absolute pleasure to be back here where there is no sense of emotional trauma and lingering effects of one's past actions whatsoever. None.
Mhm.
Torin isn't currently dealing with the fact that she has made herself the center of attention for a session without trying.
I love it so much. It's my favorite.
But in actuality, hello there, viewers. It's good to have you back. We're here on Girls Run These World for Numenera Aerowen, Episode 3, Revelations in Twilight. Our group, after one of them just having, Jesus Christ, that light. Be very mindful of the brightness of that one. That's getting to me a little bit. But our group, after having just dodged a variety of sound and shadow-based creatures, has now found themselves in the Nexus core, speaking to who is known as the Timekeeper, Sorelia, who appears to have knowledge of this place that she is not aware of and is very much trying not to deal with, but has just had some of her memories unlocked, given a protocol that was run by Sorelia, and a picture has been displayed of Katerina, who looks very much like Cadix, with a team of researchers that seems to be heralding the beginning of the new botany wing of the Anamnesis Project. That is where we pick up.
I think you'll see Cadix kind of looking at it just. She does look happy, don't they?
So that
Uh,
was you?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Was anything you told us real?
Everything I've told you is real.
Okay. Do we know how long ago this was?
It's really up to, I think, Cadix to decide like how long ago, how many generations back this was, because this is very clearly much older.
Yeah, she is. So above table, the X is 10. So however long she would have gone before reiterating.
Hmm.
I mean, if you had that many memories, would you want to carry them in your brain? I guess I kind of understand.
I mean, I get not wanting to carry them in your brain. The thing that's really sticking in my craw is the lack of interest in accessing said memories.
And you said that your whole thing is learning, but
And yeah, that whole fucky wucky situation as well. You're
yeah, that whole
learning.
Enoch says it well. That whole fucking situation.
I mean, but like what even is that, to be honest? Like
What part?
you're learning things to give to someone but you don't know who? Did I understand that correctly?
Well, yes. And I mean, we can put the memories in here clearly.
But you didn't
Yeah.
know that when you were getting all of them.
Nope.
Did you have a
Plus-
drop-off point?
No. And then I tend to meet people and then like them and then want memories for them. And then I want to see how they see things.
So
Yeah.
inefficient.
Yeah, it is, because you could just like access them yourself and talk about it.
But
So much
It would
does
make
that
stuff
mean,
more
we
sense
could
to
already
you to borrow
know.
through your own Rolodex.
and would you choose to forget all of us? Like,
So the way that I hold memories, so here's the thing. I can't access them, but I know what they're about with no context. So like I have a
What?
tagging system, so I know that I have 436 botany tags.
Okay, here's my question. Why do you not have context for what these memories are?
You know, I think it's because I just like to learn. Like, when you give a kid like a new toy, or like you teach them one new thing about how to use, like, I don't know, like chisels. You know what I mean? Like you show them how to like make marks into rocks, and then that's all that they do for the next 20 days, and it just drives their parents crazy. But they're so happy and they're so excited about it. And their little brains just sponge it up and soak it up. That's why.
I mean, sure. On its face, there's nothing wrong with that.
Isn't that the
It
best
just
feeling
doesn't.
ever?
I don't know. I don't. I do not.
I
I
wouldn't want to
think with
forget
your
my
all's
time.
hesitation, you kind of just see her like kind of stretching a little bit. Just, that. "Nah."
I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to forget my time with you.
Oh, well, that's the thing. So I I still know, like, I have tags of people. And so, like, I still have memories of Jinx and I when we delved together and how we met. Yeah,
But
and that's logged in.
do you just lock those away after a certain point, or
Well, uh, yes.
Do you put
Oh,
them
she
away when they
cracking.
turn painful?
Mm, yeah, when
I
I don't want anymore. Yeah, like I just like everything to be happy.
what?
I'm gonna put a pin on that.
That's
And she's like, I'm gonna go see
that
Hiram
I
now
think
because
is
That
sorry. Right, you're right. Let's
just
go.
another person who will abandon me.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'll still remember. So part of the protocol is to update where I'm at, what my name is, if I'm okay, status, and directive.
I, you don't. You
That is
do you
not the
not
same.
understand why we would have a problem with any of this?
She doesn't get it. Well, she
Yeah.
does, but yeah.
She
Yeah.
gets it. She just doesn't want to. She doesn't want to
Yeah.
acknowledge it. There's two very
Plus,
different things of the understanding versus acknowledging.
That I
it's like,
just
don't you remember like the first time you met your favorite person? When you want to feel that again?
yeah, but I can just
Baby,
remember that.
I have been around a guy a couple times. I know addiction when I see it.
It really.
She doesn't intend.
she is now officially the
I'm
oldest person.
I'm fine.
Oh, I am so sorry. And she looks at Timekeeper. Do you consider yourself a person?
We were at one point technically people.
Okay. Okay. Then she's the second oldest person in this room.
In fact, are you in this photo, Cerilius?
Yes, all of us are in there, and she directs and notes all of the people who are closest to Cadix are all of the after images you see in the Nexus core.
Did you tell us about the memory or the chat you had?
No.
No.
Okay.
There is, I will say, that's actually a good point. Enoch, you do see Ezekiel on the corner of one of them. He's got like the biggest smile on his face. Like
Good
he looks like he's got the full on he's got the full on like, hey, welcome to our new spot kind of. He's basically he's got the new homeowner smile. He's got that one.
Oh, cute. That's adorable.
So you said the statues in the middle of the room look like the people who are closest to
Well, the
Katerina
thing
in
is,
the picture.
they're not statues. They're all like it's like a person is hanging there. It's like 5 different after images, sometimes of the same person. I don't know. It's like a very beautiful, like kind of bob haircut. It's a Japanese woman, but I'm not trying to be specific, too specific and such. But like, it's a bunch of people, a bunch of different backgrounds and races and such.
Yeah. It's more like, is that what's in the middle of the room? Is that a hologram, or is that like in the other rooms where it was like physical, like statues that were moving.
It is an in between of the two. It is a physical hologram in the sense that like this is a living person that is interacting with you with consciousness beyond that of the walls. It is, again, the best way I can put it is they are a living memory. It looks as though they are almost like someone plucked 5 people from a different point in time, and they are here now, constantly aware of their spot in this point in time.
Mhm.
Like they
Wow.
like there is throughout all of this, all 5 of them at different points, because that's the other weird thing about it. They are a collective, but they also all have their own separate sentience as well, in that they are taking turns looking at Cadix with fondness. Some of them with looking like they're gonna cry, and a couple of them looking like they're just smiling, and they have that look of like, it's the equivalent of "babe, you look great," like you look fantastic. They have that kind of sheepish look on their face, and it's just
Aw.
shifting over time.
That's so sweet and so sad. I have a
Torin.
question.
Thank Torin. Torin gave me this.
Can I ask the voice in my head something?
Mhm.
Are you ever gonna leave me?
No, why would I do that, baby girl?
Good. I said, are you ever gonna leave me out loud? I will say. Good. We can do a lot together.
Just let me take the lead sometimes, okay?
Yeah, that's I mean I don't want you to head out too. Just the
Codependent
one
relationship
person.
because are we doing breath training? Listen, don't call me out like this on stream. Anyways, carrying on.
I mean, Jinx will be full. It's like normally she would want to look and learn and figure shit out, but it's like Hiram, Cadax, there's something crazy in Errol's head. There's people crying right there who are kind of still alive but shouldn't be alive, and it's kind of weird. And she's like,
And the most important question, will Enoch bang the sun mural?
Question.
Sure.
okay, if anybody says that out loud, Jinx is leaving. She's like, I'm gonna go.
I suddenly
Walks into the room full of shadow people. Just-
it's like I'm out.
just
You know, I
take me, kill me.
it's not that deep, you
I'm
know.
ready.
It's
ready.
never gonna be that serious.
So, question for Jinx: are you still staying in the room, or are you heading to go see Hiram?
She will sort of probably say, yeah, I'm gonna go check out on Hiram. Let's put a pin in this for a minute while we all kind of
Yeah, let's go talk
items.
to
And
Hiram.
somebody keep Arrow fed because we've got to still dig into that because right now
Yeah.
there's two.
I am completely fine.
Yeah,
In fact,
You are not, my dear.
do I have any
Enoch.
tags about the arcing famine?
And Jinx is gonna go in the other room.
I believe he would actually.
In fact, so Aeon,
Mm-hmm.
what do you have on Fist of the Arcing Famine?
Give me one moment. And you see that there is, again, across the walls, it shows a lot of that same travel depiction. And a detail that was not previously known is that pretty much everywhere it goes, the reason it's called the arcing famine is that slowly but surely, part of the control stage is the enactment of a literal, like, aura of vitality absorption, where it just begins to suck out the the energy, whether it be heat or bioelectrical or just anything remotely approximating life. It just begins to absorb that over time. And the way that you see this happening is that at different spots where there are star constellations that are meant to signify in the style of this map, different locations across Aerowen, you're just seeing bright lights slowly growing dark and then becoming almost like a void where it's at. And that happens multiple times.
And I think Caddick's gonna look at Errol and just so about that. Tells all the information that she knows, like the first stage, the second. The first is access, synchronization, third control. So it does have a long history. Now, here's the thing. I think it really just depends on what you want. Some people have survived it. We have records.
I'm gonna be one of the ones that survives it. I've given up too much for this thing.
It's really strong.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be really strong too.
Yeah.
Hubris.
Do you know
Confidence. Hubris.
do you know how I first got this thing?
Do you tell?
I was in my little village doing my little gardening things. And then something attacked. Monster. I don't know. Some reactivated artifact. So I ran and I hid and I found something that they had unearthed recently at the old local research facility. And whenever that monster broke in, I thought, hey, it's either this or dying. And I put it on, and I wasn't just that nobody gardener anymore. I killed the monster in one swoop. And I sat there and I looked around and I was like, I did it. I saved everyone. And then the way that everyone looked at me after I saved them, to be clear, every single person in that town owes their lives to me, and they kicked me out and let me rot. And I'm never letting that happen again.
Well, that sucks. It does. I'm really sorry that happened to you.
That's rough, buddy.
It does. It does. That's really sad. And they're wrong for how they treated you. But I will say that you don't necessarily need a glove or a gauntlet to maintain community, if that's what you're actually seeking.
I mean, it does seem like a good option for power, though.
Community is a pretty fragile thing. With this, I tend to break fragile things.
It depends on how you look at it, I guess.
Wow. Just a little longer with it. Won't hurt.
And if we watch you, we could see, like, can we actually define the stages? Because that is something that's missing. We don't know the timetable.
You're doing this in the quest of information.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here to help, right?
This thing we have between all of us, I know it's a temporary arrangement, so I don't think I'm going to be making my life choices based off of your input.
That's fair. But I mean, it doesn't have to be temporary.
Let's go see
That's up to
Hiram.
Yeah. Let's.
The group goes to the room that was indicated earlier, which, by the way, the moment you enter the room, it is staggering just how many books, files, and just representations of various sensory modalities are present in this space. Like, if for a moment you think book, an entire shelf, like set of rows of books appear in front of you. If you think that, if you have the thought braille, the books automatically start translating the text into braille for different languages. If you think the thought conversation, there is a holographic representation of essentially like an ASL like interpreter, so like American Sign Language kind of stuff appearing. If you think the word audio, this place begins to essentially give you like sci-fi audiobooks, like pretty much every possible representation of collective accounts of different people, different topics are here.
Do we see Hiram?
You see a man who I believe Jinx gave me the description. It's just Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer is here, except
But with a robot arm.
basically, yeah.
I think Jinx. I think Cadix has your arm. And it's just like, I really want to be with you and support you, but oh my god, look at all of this. I want to see.
Yeah, Jinx is kind of frozen
Yeah.
because it's like the holy shit, so much knowledge, so much stuff to look at, and then the
Let's talk to Hiram first. Yeah, let's do that. And she kind of just not like pushes, but like let's do that first. But we have to look through all of these, okay?
Mm-hmm.
and she's just gonna say, "Hi."
Oh, Jesus Christ. Heavens above, hell's below. Ugh.
Hi.
Hello.
Sup?
Hi.
Would you care to introduce me to your colleagues, Jinx?
Well, first, I would like to know why your ass couldn't even send me a note about this.
How long has it been? Can't have been more than a few days, right?
I think almost 2 months. You
Uh,
left me 3 sentences.
they were very long sentences, for the record.
James, do you want me to like? Because I can. Just a little.
Let me think about that for a minute. Yeah.
I'm not justifying my behavior. I'm merely saying that I genuinely had thought only a couple of days had passed.
Okay. So you're telling me that you barely ate and you barely slept, but you're completely fine.
No, I've eaten. You see, he has like a tray of food, just
Yeah,
like
but if you think it's only been a couple of days, you couldn't have eaten or slept a lot.
he looks extremely healthy. Like
Yeah, that's
in this room, he has not
mm,
noticed.
there's something going on here that's, making you able to do this.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I gathered as much.
Yeah. Amazing.
I also don't care that much.
Okay. So you basically would have just stayed here and never let us know?
No, I would have checked in a few weeks.
A few weeks.
But you just thought it was a few. I'd be real happy to get zappy right now. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. In my defense, he just gestures to everything here. I think Jinx, you would know that he's since he's your mentor, he's whatever whatever additional interest you've ever had in just learning about anything, scavenging, delving, any of that came from him. And the rest of your party can very clearly see, like, whatever nerddom Jinx has, think logarithmically bigger levels of nerddom increase for, and you'll approach where Hiram is at.
It
Like,
does look really cool, to be fair.
I mean, I get it, but still, I still have enough reason to be mad about this.
that's
And you will
fair.
not make
That's
me
correct.
forget that just because.
Jinx is like gesturing and realizing how, just even as she tries to gesture, just how much stuff is here.
So because now we came because we thought you guys got hurt, and then we saw something, and yeah, people actually got hurt, and then we weren't sure if you were hurt either. Aside from the fact that we were almost hurt, and I
Yeah.
have to put a freaking dinosaur and a water snake into
There's
with
questions
a
that are needed.
little bit of help that would have been easier.
To be fair, that's correct.
Also, I drew it if you want to look at it. She
Oh,
has like a really crudely drawn picture of the
She's
dinosaur.
very good at
Really-
drawing.
Oh, a Balakin. Oh, I haven't seen accounts of these for about 30 years.
Well, you know what? It's not going to be there anymore when we get outside because I don't think it liked the water snake very much, and they were kind of stuck together for what 8 hours.
Well, parts of it are there, I
Oh,
guess.
a Hydrocean
Yeah.
snake.
How long has it been since we locked these guys up?
And then how long do we think it has been, and how long has it actually been?
Oh,
No,
no.
for you being, here's the thing. It is now reaching the end of the time for Errol's 28-hour thing. It is past. That's about how much time you've spent in here. It hasn't felt like that, but in here, everything feels a lot slower.
Should we talk outside of this room? Because I'm kind of worried about the time thing.
Extrapolating, it's probably this whole. It's not just this room. It's probably this whole place. So, all right. Prioritize. I need a register of all the research sites that are still available. And she holds out her hand for a book.
I've been trying to see that myself. I may have a guess as to what it is. He walks over to, like, he basically does the librarian working in a massive library thing of, like, he says ladder out loud, and then like a sliding ladder appears. He's just climbs up it, slides his way down 6 shelves, and he pulls out what looks like, essentially what looks like an old style, like, floppy disk, but it looks as though it's encoded memories are in there. And as he pulls it out and as he sets it down the ground, a holographic projection appears of essentially 4 depictions. One is of the research site you are at right now. The other 3 line up with the other 3 cardinal directions of the other regions, because you all went in one cardinal direction to reach the boundary for this one. The other 3 research sites match up with the other cardinal directions.
She's gonna like smack Cadix like.
And then she pulls out a book, like,
Because I have a feeling
drawing
you
all
ain't
of them.
gonna leave this place. So
There's actually quite a lot here that I am interested in making sure has an additional record.
Actually, how are you assisting them?
I they have not been aware, as far as I know. They've only been able to maintain the information that's happened here.
Mm.
But any updates to the historical record that have happened as of late, they are not aware of. And that includes misinterpretations of the historical record given scant documentation.
Ah. Okay.
So I am essentially creating my own set of documents here that I'm hoping to present to some of the Delvers Association in order to provide some much needed corrections to the record, because there are some people who have a vested interest in preserving a certain view of history, particularly those who have benefited from viewing the world as having truly started up here in the heavens and not down below.
Well, I think I can help.
She got a lot. You don't even know. She got a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of her thing.
And I tag information based on location.
That would be great. Again, a lot of this is, as I said, it has been a selfish endeavor, but I was always a bit skeptical of some of the more recent views I've seen of history, where the islands were a natural phenomenon that emerged just sort of out of nowhere, and thought that there actually might have been a human or an active component. But there have been those who've been dead set in saying that that's not the case, and if it was, there would be some evidence of it. But up until someone has come here, there hasn't been any evidence of it. Everyone has just sort of had an interest in believing that things just happen, that that people now ultimately are simply the recipients of history and passive viewers of history as opposed to agents of it, like all of us are.
No shape history.
Indeed.
Making a few changes on me.
All right. So to try and focus on what I was saying before, can we get a dossier on information about those 4 sites?
Yes. I will do that as best I can. You see, he starts again. He's pulling out like 3 or 4 different files, like setting them down and like copying down the information. And you see, depending on how much attention any of you pay, which I imagine it's kind of hard for Cadix in particular not to pay attention because you're trained in perception stuff, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
And I think for Jinx, it's hard not to notice as well. Every now and then, the accounts of individuals giving direct information on the research sites will make a passing mention to High Researcher Katerina as was instrumental in pushing forward things here, or in making sure that our stories didn't get lost. Some of us barely survived some of DBS, the initial days after DBS happened. There were a lot of people who were pretty much in jeopardy, and it seems like Katerina at some point was instrumental in getting some of them out. Some people just talk about her as though they were just like this almost epic figure, and then you'd hear a couple other accounts of people being like, she seemed kind of grouchy sometimes, but other than that, she did good.
Right. Do we have any more information about what DBD exactly was that caused the fog? And if it's something that can be fixed?
If if you take, I would say that one. So it's DBS, so Day of Black Sun.
Yeah.
For correction, so DBS. Um, that would require a roll. I would say that specific information that would be, I would say, a difficulty 4 intellect task.
Okay. So with my edge, that's a 3
It's not with
intellect.
the edge. It's you need trainings. Edge, remember, edge lowers the
Oh,
cost for things, not
because
the.
there you go.
If we do this enough times, it's
I will remember
gonna.
on some point. It's like
At
I
some
just want to
point.
use it, you know?
We
There
can
is that
get
possibility.
her to change.
So it is up to you, but it is a difficulty 4 task because this is a bit more. This is something that trained people would have to be involved to really have a chance to do.
Can we help?
I mean,
How
that's why she's asking, because
Yeah,
he would have
I
somebody would have
would
looked into what happened.
I would say at most with help you would get it down to a 3, and if you're working specifically with Cadix, you would get that bond benefit of working together. I will say for Cadix specifically, it is going to be whether or not this changes. If you're willing to help, you're going to hear a lot of stories about Katarina.
I think she's gonna look at Jinx and just. Do you really want to know?
I mean, this is about our world, and this is about if we can fix this. Isn't that worth it?
If it is to you,
Oh,
then
it
yeah,
is.
I will help. Yeah, I will help.
All right.
Then I
So,
would consider that an asset given given Cadix's specialty in this. I would also say so it goes down to a 3, so it's a 9 or above. If you want to spend from your pool to do a level of effort to drop it down to a 2, then that would make it 6 or above for the success. It's your call.
okay, and I gotta spend
3.
3 minus the edge, 2.
If you're an intellect, then then
Yeah.
it'll drop it down to 2.
All right, then I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so it drops it down to a difficulty 2 task, so it's 6 or above. While this is happening, you'll tell me the result of that roll in a second, but I will say Hiram does, in the midst of looking through things, say, excuse me, was it Enoch? Do I have that right?
Yeah, you do. Hi.
Hi. Not to make this more awkward than it's already been, but
Mhm.
I believe I've seen someone in the records here that looks like you.
Who did you see? Can you show me?
Yeah. Let me go take a look, and like leads you over to another spot.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Enoch?
see,
Mm-hmm.
What? What? What
Oh,
are they?
I think one of my ancestors used to be a researcher here
Okay,
and
does
worked
anyone
with
else have any
Katarina.
like massive secrets that
Nice.
they've been hiding that they want to drop?
Oh, I haven't been hiding this. I literally just found out like 2 seconds ago.
Were they in the picture?
Yeah, I think one of them
Oh.
was.
Oh, they all look so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely. Errol kind of looks around at like the abandoned facility that's like overrun with shadow monsters, and I think that probably had a good life.
I mean, Enoch is here, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's true. Oh no, what if we do something and you start fading away? Like your hands. Oh no.
I don't think that's how that's going to work. We're a little too far removed.
Enoch,
Mm-hmm.
Hiram pulls out another one of these, and you see that it is a file, but this one is different. This one looks very similar to the research log recording that Katarina had done. And you
Mm-hmm.
see it's very much doing the same kind of thing. I'm like, come on. Fuck it. It's good enough. Hey, uh, I think it was the name is Enoch, right?
Mm-hmm.
It, not responding to you. This is just a message leaving. Listen, I haven't been able to stop thinking about the conversation we had. There's a couple of people who I've mentioned it to, and a lot of them they act like they believe me, but you get the impression it's that kind of thing where they're just kind of humoring you sometimes. But um, I have had a few people give support. High researcher Katarina Kubita, pardon, I should probably stop referring to her first name. She doesn't mind if I do that, but I feel like it's a level of respect to do the last name. But she's been really supportive, and she suggested that if I really wanted to leave something for the records, I should try and do this kind of recording style instead of just doing the usual hologram encoding that we do. So I wanted to just leave this message to let you know that I don't know. It feels weird to try and. I don't know what being a dad is like. I don't know what any of these sorts of things are supposed to be like. I've never been a parent or anything before. I mean, I mean, there's Adisha who've been hanging out with, but we haven't been involved that much. Okay, more than a couple of times. But anyways, um, like you see his cheeks get noticeably flush. Anyways, um, but I just wanted to say, I'm proud of you. I don't know what your life has been like. I don't know what the future's going to hold for us here. Um, I'm personally, I'm about to do a transfer to one of the other research sites soon. Um, I know that post DBS, a lot of these places have been really dangerous, but I'm going to see if potentially Research Site 2 could use a bit more support. And I just want you to know that there's a lot of worth in still trying to remember things, even if they're really painful. I don't know if life has left you with more regrets than more moments of rapture, but I want you to know that for a random sort of geeky dude like myself, I've lived a pretty good life so far here, and it sounds like I mean you seem like a pretty decent person, and I think that means I passed down something good to everyone else who came after me. So I just yeah, I just want you to know that your your story's going to go on. My story's going to go on past this point, and I've heard reports that there's been more and more difficulty keeping this place up and running with all the things happening around us. I think we've been keeping the fog out pretty decently, but every now and then when it seeps in, it starts letting other stuff in. And I know Katarina's been talking about some kind of anamnesis project to try and keep hold of some whatever remains here. She talks a lot about how even if our stories aren't super important to some people, even if sometimes they're filled with really unpleasant truths about what we had to do to keep ourselves alive, they're still worth remembering. But and I think she's right. I think she's a little worn out though. She's looked a lot sadder past few weeks. But I want you to know that there's a lot about the time here that was really happy too. And it doesn't cancel out the bad, and none of it does. But we had music here. We had some pretty good food. I'm rubbish at cooking, but I hope Adisha is patient with me learning how to do better at it. I never really got the recipes down, but I just want you to know that Ezekiel's proud of you. Zeke's proud of you, and I hope whatever story you're going to go with, you're going to leave behind going forward, you feel proud of it, okay?
Yeah, man.
Also, maybe if there's some way that this ever connects to you, some way in this weird, strange thing that happens again, can you let me know if I end up bald or not? I'm really kind of interested to know if I kept all my hair. It's a really small vain thing, but I'm just really curious. But I'll be there in a minute. Yeah, just sure. I have to go, but take care, Enoch. Wishing you the best. Log ends. So Jinx, what did you roll? I'm just gonna let Alex sit with that for a bit. Yeah, Alex, you freak out over there for a bit.
15.
15. So a reminder, what specifically were you trying to get?
She was trying to get information on these 4 sites so that they kind of have like little dossiers to see what they might expect, like their specialties, you know, things like that, or if they have a timekeeper too, just to figure out, because in her mind she's already planning to look at those. So that's why she wants to know about the other research sites so they can prepare to go check those out. That's, what's in her mind, just already doing the next step.
So the information you would get on the other research sites. So you have passed what is known as Research Site 4 in the east, I believe I said, when you came over in this direction. So the eastern region is known by 2 names. It is known by the official name Luminara, or the unofficial name that a lot of locals use called Tinel, Tinl. So this is about there's a lot related to botany, living memories, a lot of biological representations and documentation in this research site. In the other research sites, you have the following. In the northern site, which is more aligned past the boundaries of what's called Terra or Vera, you have a lot more of the agricultural focus in that center. That one is referred to as Research Site 2. Research Site 3 is referred to, it lines up with the region known as Downpour, or alternatively Chowron. It is a region that effectively is kind of Tornado Alley, and was often were the leading folks documenting the most up-to-date information on what has been referred to throughout the record so far as Day of Black Sun, as well as other natural phenomena and events that have happened on the more like the geological and atmospheric levels. And then on the western border, you have had in the region known as Hydros or Tolak, you have had a lot more of the forest and water maritime based activities and information being encoded. That's referred to as Research Site 1. So, water 1, earth 2, storm 3, 4 that you're at is sun or fire.
So she would definitely like look at Enoch and push site 2 towards Enoch, like, I think this is the one we're gonna go to next, huh?
Yeah, that seems good to me.
Are you all right? You need food? Grape juice?
You know what?
A hug?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
This place, huh? This place.
I
This
could use a
place,
hug.
man. Okay, well, bring it in, darling.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
He's like, group
So much.
hug it is.
Yeah,
I can hug
yeah.
You can always hug you. That's sufficient always.
I would have loved if Enoch just had a moment to be like, "There's a hug for you, there's a hug for you, not for you, and there's a hug for."
Hug for
Alex
you.
halfway
Hiram, you
expected that
don't
you would
get a
say
hug.
no. Yeah, like Alex half expected you would be like, no, like, no, get away.
I mean, it's been a rough one for everyone, and
Maybe we
I
should take
can't.
a rest.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea, Jinx.
Before we do that, Hiram, what were you looking for specifically?
I'm mostly just looking into the historical records. A lot of what I'd seen people talking about for the history of the world nowadays seem to suggest that the islands, the way that they are, is just how they've always been. Nothing has ever happened that influenced them beyond natural weather phenomena.
Do I
I always had it in my head that maybe someone caused them to be this way.
If I search in my tags, do I have anything like that?
Yep.
Come with me. And I'm gonna take him to where Cerilius is and pop out my leg cartridges and then put one in for him.
Uploading Venture to the Heavens protocol.
Hmm.
Documentation record on full display. You once again see it is another research log from Katerina. This one looks still worn out, but there is the sign of like a smile on her face. It's very faint, but it's one of those like it's the smile of someone who's been like, after 15 hours of recording and editing this song, I have finally can say it's done, or doing transcription work for like 30 hours on a thing and it's finally finished. She has that look on her face.
I think Cadex mirrors it just a little bit. Just
Research log, I don't remember at this point. I think we're at like 4,372, somewhere around there. Venture to the Heavens protocol has been successfully achieved. All peak points of terrestrial research sites, both main and secondary, have been launched up into the skies, and atmospheric conditions have been adjusted over time and likely will continue as such to allow for a livable condition up in the skies. There were severe casualties in the process of doing so. Many of the creatures that have appeared out of the fog reached some of our researchers. I had the misfortune of having to say goodbye to Soyo and Sonia the other day. I hate it. I really hate this. People's stories shouldn't die with them. There should be something more to these stories, right? But I'm gonna note to researcher Katerina. Be sure to edit this at some future point. Venture to the Heavens protocol was initially proposed as a last resort contingency to ensure that all major refugee populations across all of the research sites would have a new means to imagine their futures, to leave behind a legacy that would not be lost with their deaths. It should be noted here for current and future historical documentation, the Venture to the Heavens Protocol was not simply a natural shaping of the world, but was in fact a mixture of artificial and natural phenomena overlap, as put forward by the other three research sites and overseen by myself. I am currently absorbed in the final touches of completing the Anamnesis and Memoria project here at Research Site 4. It is my hope that rather than simply having written documentation or auditory documentation, auditory and multisensory encoding of any data that we wish to preserve for the future, that a living repository of memory can be created. This will require the temporal dissociation of several individuals to achieve the desired effect. We have been fortunate to have several volunteers for the project. Many of the lead researchers have decided to go forward and have already passed down all of their current notes, research expertise, and ongoing experiments to proteges who are more than capable of handling this. And all of them I can directly recommend, given their past experiences and work overseeing several other key projects. I'm sorry I have to ask this of you, Makoto. I'm sorry I have to ask this of you, Aeon, Horatio, Shiri, Sybil. This isn't the kind of thing that you should have to deal with. This was my idea. I mean, people's histories, they matter more than any of us. People should be remembered, but I don't. Am I allowed to be selfish for a bit? No one's going to find these logs. I don't want to be without the happiness that I had with all of you.
I think she'll try to reach forward and take it out.
Ending Venture to the Heavens protocol file.
Did that help? Looking
Yes,
at Hiram.
it did.
Okay.
Did you know these people?
No. But is there anyone else with us, or is it just Hiram and myself?
I think it's just Hiram and you.
Hey, everyone.
It's girl. It's girl. Doesn't matter what scene is happening. I'm always here.
Like your head. I think she just kind of looks at Hiram and just. No, I don't remember them, but I think Katerina just tried her best. And
Dear.
she was from what I can see, a very empathetic person. And I don't know if she could handle it. And I think he sees just like the littlest of like tears come out.
He, in a fashion extremely uncharacteristic to anything you would have ever heard Jinx talk about, he does try and reach out to like hold Cadix and hug.
No, I'm fine. It's okay.
Here. Have you really taken in what has happened here?
Nope. She's starting to twitch a little bit, and I think one more push and she'll try to reiterate.
Hey, Cadix.
You hear Errol call out to you.
Yes.
I just wanted to say, I'm sorry I got mad at you earlier. I really appreciate your friendship, and Errol puts like the gloved hand on your shoulder, and I know you wouldn't intentionally do anything to hurt any of us.
I haven't done this session, so I'm going to offer you a GM intrusion, Errol.
I'm gonna take it. And I'm giving the other XP to Cadix.
What I was going to say was that as you reach out to Cadix, I was going to offer you a malfunction in the glove.
Mm.
I think, given how stressed out she is right now, she's going to take it.
The glove, there is a discharge in the glove. Reiteration protocol discontinued. Reiteration protocol discontinued.
Cadix, you looked a little. I don't know what emotion you're. You looked a little complex.
No, I'm happy. I'm good. Thanks for apologizing. I'm sorry that I made you mad.
No, it's
It definitely
okay.
wasn't my intention. And I think you just see like there's some relief breaths coming out.
And
I got to help. I helped Tyra.
Yeah. You helped, and we're just gonna keep helping each other, and there's so much helping we can do with everything we have here.
Yeah. And I know most people would probably treat the glove as a bad thing. But all knowledge is worth having, right? And the more that we can learn about it and, try to help each other out with it, I don't think that's really that bad.
Yeah. I can change the world with this. Right?
You two are something else.
My precious.
You two are something the hell else.
This is why I wanted this cast.
Is Enoch just eating popcorn? Like,
Mhm.
just
Like
concerned.
Enoch's like, I've been having
Concerned, disgusted. No,
concerned, disgusted to, man, I feel good about my life.
yeah. Honestly, I mean, things are good over here.
The thing
My
is,
ancestor left me a message. It's great.
yeah. And you know that they went to another research site, so you could try and see if there was another document over there too.
See? Everything is sunshine over here. It's all coming up Enoch.
I just had a flashback to the fucking moment in The Simpsons where Milhouse Van Houten's house floods, but his clothes stay dry, and he's like, "Everything's coming up Milhouse," but it's not.
That's very Enoch. Yeah.
So, I thought I saw you were gonna say something. Just double check.
Oh, yeah. No, if we've been able to stave off reiteration, I think Cadix kind of, you know, shivers a little bit, just just like, okay, we're good. So I think what I want to do is, Aeon,
Yes.
I want to help, but also I think I'm going to give you all the memories I have that you don't have, and make copies of it, and then I'm going to give a copy of this stuff to Hiram. We're going to cut half of it. The floating island. What was it? What the venture to no
Venture to the Heavens Protocol.
Heavens Protocol. I just can't read my own writing. Okay.
That happens.
I'm going to give him a
Good
copy
doctor.
of that. Yeah, right. I'm going to give him a copy of that so that way he can go prove to other people that they're wrong. And we're going to catch up on memories. And then I think do you have anything on Slarn and Umbrum?
Yes. Solaran and Ubran were common terms for a lot of the folk who lived in the eras pre-DBS. There were a lot of folks in terms of the technology inspirations for different regions were inspired in a way by looking to the heavens, and what they saw was one of the best relationships between the sun and moon. So some folks focused on water, some folks they focused on the things that manifested the push and pull of the moon itself and inspired a lot of the maritime work. Some folks looked to the sun and they looked to botany, to agriculture, and some folks looked to the more unpleasant moments like natural disasters that strike in the middle of the night or that hit in the early morning, hence twilight moments. So Solarn and Umbran was just a term. They were the names people used to have for themselves. Sometimes we used to live by different ideas, different principles.
Well, timekeepers, y'all seem to know me, right? A little bit. We don't have to focus on that part. Why would my memories of them be corrupted?
That would have to be something that you caused yourself. Likely the memories. If there were something that someone was attempting to encode in the manner that you have done, the only way an error would occur is if either one, the memory has decayed, or two, the memory was intentionally trashed for the purpose or left in a state that would require an additional recovery process, which it sounds like yours is the latter.
I'll have to think on that.
Yeah. You were very particular about details, about the way that things should be done. It was actually one of our favorite things we all liked about you.
Yeah, with my current protocols, that sounds right. Okay.
Past always influences present, huh?
Yeah. See, and that way I get to just keep relearning and it's all nice and new every single time.
And if it stops?
Just when you redo it. And the Twitch is back. Yeah.
And as a last note, as we are going to close the session on that, I imagine there's still that creeping desire to do the reiteration.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real close.
Cadix. I wasn't kidding earlier when I said reiteration protocol. not working. As in, at all.
Oh, hell no.
And that is why we're going to leave the session, folks.
Oh, that's not good.
I know. That's why I was like, Errol, do you want to do this thing that causes something to Cadix? And she said, sure. I'm not telling you, but I will say this. You don't know whether it's permanent. But for the immediate, you keep trying to like lean into that. It ain't happening.
Mm.
I think internally it's just like, danger, Will Robinson, danger. Like there are alarm bells going off. It is not good. That like I think just to close it out, Cadix's face once she realizes that there's pure panic.
Yep.
Like it's bad.
I know. I know. That was the goal. Because I had this thought and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Errol's glove is electricity based. See,
I think
that's
if
where I'll
Hiram-
admit I'm being evil.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Hiram's still there, I think Hiram gets the look of Cadix's face of just, like when you start getting real scared, you take that deep breath in and you can't let it go. Yeah.
But I'm gonna lean us into outros, folks, where I'm gonna let the table take a moment to say who they are and pitch quickly one thing we can find them in for later. And I'm going to start with the same rotation you did before. Noelle, why don't you start us off here?
Hey everyone, wonderful being here. You can find me everywhere at Linktree Noelle Palmer. That's where all my stuff is if you're looking for me.
Fantastic. We're going to go to Torin.
Hello, I am Torin, or Torin Talks Creativity, and as far as things immediately coming up, I will be on a game on Sunday called All Templars Are Bastards, and it's very different, and I love it, and it's gonna be great. And this is also great. I'm excited. Okay, I'm done.
Alex, you're up after that.
Hey y'all, I'm Alex. What was I supposed to say? Anyhow, I'm Alex. You can find me on Batty Bards, BADDIEBARDS. Yes, that's where you can find me.
Fantastic. And last but not least, the fantastic Vivi.
Hi, I'm Vivivisha. You can find me on vivacia.contactin.bio and here and in the Discord, just hanging out and being weird.
Truly a wonder for us all and a joy. My name is Angela Lemos Mogrovejo. I use she, her pronouns, and you can find me soon, not this upcoming week, but I believe it's the 28th over on Horde of Tales, where there's an ongoing Women in Gaming month where I'm going to be playing, I believe it's called The Fall of Home, which is just home gets destroyed and you get to react with a whole bunch of feelings and like senses of what was lost and how to rebuild and continue on from that. So basically just a game that was made for me as an emotionally self-destructive queer. That's the best. But I'm going to quickly give a little rundown of what folks should look forward to for this upcoming week. As Torin already mentioned, Sunday, we're continuing on with All Templars Are Bastards or GM Humaloo at 11 a.m. So, I believe it's Eastern. And at 2 p.m. EST, wander wet and weary among the members of the House of Rookwood with GM Maddie with our Bloodwell Out series. And, of course, you can catch us next week for episode 4 of this series. Folks, we are a third of the way through this series. And, wow, we've already had so many emotions. And just think, there's going to be more of this. Even more. But we're going to wrap up here, and we're going to be rating Tales from the Table for their month of Tales for Gaza, where our own fantastic Madam Ava is GMing a game to raise money for Gaza. Thank you so much, everybody, for showing up for that fantastic raid that got us at one point to 33 viewers. Holy shit, that was amazing and impressive. And as always, support the stories and the accounts of history coming from the creatives, the storytellers, the musicians, the scientists, the engineers, the writers, the poets, all of these people who are speaking not only truths to power, but just speaking their truths. And sometimes it doesn't need to be simple. It can be the complicated, moral mess that is folks trying to figure out how to do any sort of justice in a world that is demanding you to have simple answers for the sake of conformity and domination. Those are not the ways we need to live. Our stories can be complex, multifaceted, and often contradictory. Our characters here, just in this series alone, show that, and we look forward to seeing more of you, more faces like those at our table and beyond, telling rich, complex stories with amazing characters. So take care, everybody, and have a fantastic weekend and time zone.